Warning: the following podcast show that you're about to listen to will include explicit language and content in which you, the members of the audience, may find offensive. Audience discretion is advised.
Welcome to another episode of the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience.
Yeah, boy.
Where anything and everything is a subject matter on the show, and no subject matter is ever taboo.
Damn, that's what's up, my G.
And now, your host with the most, Mr. Kim Hoang. Bro, am I getting paid for this?
Konnichiwa, bitches! What is going on in the world? This is your boy, Kim Hoang, the Asian sensation, cooking up another episode of the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience, fresh out of the wok. That's probably on a stove that's like cranking up at 25,000 BTUs. And if you know culinary talk, that's some serious shit going on. For real, for real. We are actually recording over at the lovely KU Dungeon in Annapolis Junction, Maryland. Shout out to my boy Sean Queen for allowing me to have this access to this beautiful space. And for those that are interested in wanting to get your workout on, you should go ahead and check out Kicked Up Fitness over at National Business Parkway. The website is www.kufitnessnbp.com. That is right. I'm going to say it one more time for y'all. That is www.kufitnessnbp.com. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm here in a comfortable chair. We are here in, the studio of the KU Dungeon. I got my nice little, glass of, would be cheap Cavassier, if you will. But, it's all good. And ladies and gentlemen, I am here because of many reasons. One, because I love to do what I do. This is a beautiful and creative, medium that I basically do for, what you call shits and giggles. For me, I just call having fun. I love doing it. And I think that as long as I'm still, waking up and breathing and walking, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm still going to be engaging in this, and I'm still going to have fun. I'm really excited about this as well for another reason, because I have a live guest host. I've known her for a little bit. I can't say that I've known her for a lot. We actually met through a mutual friend and our good friend Jamal, who kind of in his own way, kind of introduced us into us in a little bit of a spiritual way without physically meeting. And this person is a self-taught artist as well as a line dancing instructor coming from Cancun Cantina. So if you're out there on Fridays and on Saturdays, that's where she'll be at. You might actually catch a lesson or two and say hi to her, because, she is a real nice person. For the one time, live in the studio, we have Sam Arnold in the building. Sam, what is up?
Hey, how's it going?
It's your world. I live in it. And it's, again, like I said in the intro, we know Jamal.
We know Jamal.
Yes, we know Jamal. It's like, now I just want to get, like, I got basically the skinny, but not many people out there on the, in the universe got the skinny. So explain in your own words how this came to be.
So basically I had seen a photo of you on Jamal's feed at one point, and I was working at Double T in Annapolis, and you came in, and I was like, why is this fucker familiar to me? And I kept staring at him.
I'm a fucker now.
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
Everybody.
Continue.
A fucker or a fuckette.
Okay.
Anyway, I was like, why is he so familiar to me? And so I was like thinking about it. And then finally I was like, you know Jamal. You're his martial arts instructor. Oh, shit. From there, the friendship just kind of blossomed.
Well, to be fair, I would say that Jamal and I, we came up under, we came up training together at the same time. So, I mean, I really wasn't his instructor per se, but he definitely...
That's not what he said.
Well, Jamal, much love to you, bro. But, at the time, I just felt like, we were coming at the same time. We were both equals at the time. So I always felt like, he was more like a fellow student. And
I was
even,
gonna say, maybe it was that, not the instructor, but maybe he was saying that he was training with you. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what it was.
yeah. And even still, like if he came back, which Jamal, I'm hoping you will one day, even if he did come back, I would still consider him like, that's a fellow student. To me, I feel like if I'm your instructor, I'm teaching from my own place. So that's just my opinion. I'm just sticking to that. So, but yeah, Jamal, shout out to you, bro. For making that happen. Love you, man. So let's get to the skinny of it. You are, as according to your Instagram here that I'm reading on the big screen, that you are a self-taught artist and you are a line dancing instructor. But before all that, I always like to start out from the very beginning. I guess you could say the genesis of everything. So first and foremost, are you a native Marylander born and raised?
I am.
Nice. Whereabouts?
So I was born, I believe, at Johns Hopkins. So from Pasadena-ish area, Baltimore-ish area.
Okay. So what was like a young Sam like back in the day? Was she actually all in with dancing? Was that like her biggest love, or was she something else? I mean, did she like, comic books? Did she like hanging out with people? Did she like movies? Was she like a drama person? I mean, what was a young Sam like back in the day?
I don't think I've changed that much in the sense of I kind of have a little bit of ADHD, and I like to have my fingers in many pies. So I did do the dancing thing for a while. I did ballet when I was younger and like that kind of thing.
Ooh.
I ended up teaching belly dancing classes for a while. So like dance has always been a big part of my life. Art's always been a big part of my life. But I also used to be interested in things like soccer, or I did like softball or whatever. I think as long as I was entertained, it was something that I was into, but it's definitely more like arts oriented. So,
Okay. So dancing was definitely a part of your life,
Yeah.
even way back when.
Yeah, because like I didn't do like theater or anything like that, but I was like heavily intertwined with all of that, because I was like into vocal ensemble, women's choir, that sort of thing.
Right.
So,
So musical theater was probably within the program.
it could have been if I had went for it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just never ever auditioned. I went to dance team instead.
Any reason why you didn't audition for such things? Because it just seems like you'd be a natural at it.
I was already in vocal ensemble and women's choir by the time the thought had crossed my mind to even audition. And I was doing like piano classes, and I was doing like dance classes and stuff like that. I think I was kind of like maxed out maybe. So.
And you said that you were actually a sports kid. You did soccer, like you said. You did
Yeah,
softball.
I was interested in soccer and softball, but that was like way like formative years.
Wow. So what? So at that point, what do you think really took over the most at that time? Was it more the athletics, or was it the dancing?
I think timeline wise, it would have been like ballet classes, interested in like softball, t-ball, etc., blah 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 blah, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then it started being like art, music, art. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
What made you at that time when you started dancing, and then you decided to go into sports? What was the logic behind that?
I think my parents were just trying to keep me busy. I was a little bit of a crackhead baby where I was just like really, really energetic. So as long as I was doing something physical, we were good.
Right, to kind of drain out the energy and everything.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel that. And now, you are actually concentrating more on dancing than obviously your short-lived athletic career.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
definitely.
Nice.
I think athletics for me is far more interesting when I'm like being focused on doing something. Like I can enjoy going to the gym and just working out on occasion, but for me, my real working out comes from like being set towards a purpose, being set towards a goal. So like I like Zumba classes, or when I'm doing like the line dance thing, I feel like I'm like learning that dance, you know?
Right.
So it's set towards a goal. Or even when I did martial arts, it was set towards a goal. I want to be the one with the highest kicks. I want to do this kick. I want to do that kick. I'm learning something new. Whereas like lifting weights for me is kind of monotonous.
Now, I want to go back a little bit because you pull out an interesting point, and you actually did mention to me a few days ago that, way back in the day, you did take martial arts. What art did you take?
So I went to a place called Premier Martial Arts, so it's a little bit of everything. So I think what I learned was a little bit of Kempo, Krav, Jiu-Jitsu. We did like weapons training and stuff like that. Like I was trained with the fan, nunchucks, the bow staff, that kind of thing. As far as Krav goes, we also did like gun training. So like how to effectively get a gun out of somebody's hand. So that kind of thing. I made it to brown belt.
Wow.
Yeah.
It almost seems like with the program and the system that you were involved in, it was like, here's a punch bowl, and we're just going to throw all these ingredients, and we're just going to mash it up into one big program.
Yeah, I mean, so with Premier Martial Arts, because I know that that's like kind of a bigger company, I think this one was privately owned.
Okay.
Or like at least subleased out to him. So he had taken multiple classes over the years. Krav was probably my favorite, along with like, because like I said, Jiu-Jitsu, Thai, etc., all that jazz. So I think those three were my favorite, were the Krav, the Jiu-Jitsu, and the Thai, just because like I enjoy doing kicks and stuff like that.
Right.
For Jiu-Jitsu, I am a female and a little smaller, so I knew that if I needed to be on the ground, I needed to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they usually say in that field that fights usually like 99.9% of the time end up on the ground anyways.
Yep. You
So
gotta
it's
figure it out, especially when you're somebody that was like, because at that time that I was doing it, I think I was like 100 pounds, maybe soaking wet.
Oh.
So I was tiny.
So you were definitely like a lightweight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Made the high kicks super effective though.
Well, random fact. I mean, the female gender are more flexible than the male gender, so it wouldn't surprise me if, like, if their kicking ability is, comes easier and more natural than, the male counterpart.
Yep, because that's what they were training me for, was point sparring with kicks. So.
Wow.
Yep.
Nice. So you've done tournament competition.
I never made it to tournament.
What?
Yep. It was like at the very end of when I like stopped going. So I never made it to tournament.
Jamal and I, we competed in tournaments.
I've been to tournaments. I've just never competed.
Right. But again, Jamal and I, we've done tournaments.
There you go.
Yes.
I believe it.
Yeah. Jamal, let me tell you something,
Jamal's scary. So.
Jamal, in his heyday when he competed, it's like, the least that he was going to take was a second place trophy. And that was rare because, he came in there with like, a chip on his shoulder, like, okay, somebody about to owe me money and I'm going to collect. And sure enough, every time he collected. Yep. And then, and I'm proud of him for that fact, but I don't know how we would do today in today's tournaments. I'd really have to question that.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like, it's like, it's like that classic saying, that was then, this is now.
Yep. I was going to say, a lot of our friend group call him either the bouncer or, like, death from the sky.
Oh, jeez.
Like, he is the friend that if we ever got into a fight at the bar or anything like that, like, he is, put it this way, that's who I want at my back. So. Right on. So what made you retire from martial arts training? So I kind of did it through the front portion of high school. They ended up closing. So I left like maybe 2 months before they ended up having to close down completely because they had moved shop. Right. So they just kind of shut down, and I never found anywhere else that I was really interested in. I went to a couple of different places locally, and I think I enjoyed the mixed bag of things that was going on, and a lot of places were very, I guess, stylized. They had like their style, and that was the only thing that they were doing.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to continue my training in every avenue. Again, the whole ADHD thing, I want to do it all. So,
which brings me to my next question. Number one, would you ever consider going back and training formally in like in a martial arts school of some sort?
Absolutely, I want to really badly. Again, I just haven't found anywhere that I'm like, yes, this is it for me.
But it seems like you said, that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, kickboxing, and the MMA world might be more of where you want to go, because you kind of enjoy those kind of ingredients for that type of martial art more than, say, traditional karate or taekwondo or kung fu or anything of that. You kind of like the modern of use of today, the clang and bang, the rolling down the floor and choking somebody out kind of a deal.
Yeah, that's fair. That definitely leans more towards my personality. Yeah.
Nice. Now you had commented before that martial arts has really helped you out with your dancing.
Yeah. So growing up in that kind of environment and doing it for as long as I did, I was able to work on like my kicks and stuff like that, and so I have pretty decent flexibility even to this day.
Okay.
Which definitely helps me out with like any kicks that I'm doing for dancing. I think that doing all of that when I was younger also helped me with my balance. I spin really, really well. I get a lot of compliments on the way that I spin. So I definitely have better balance than I think. I guess a couple of people like that dance with me have commented that like I'm able to sit there and spin and spin and spin and spin and spin and then stop when I need to. And I definitely think that doing martial arts, doing the dance classes when I was younger, that kind of thing really helped out with that.
So you utilize still the flexibility exercises and the stretching exercises of martial arts training?
Oh, yeah. To this day, I still use the same stretches that I used when I was training because they really do work for your legs, especially for your legs. So,
how frequently do you stretch?
I stretch about every time I go to Cancun Cantina. So if I'm going out, then I'm stretching beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Because there's some people that, they stretch like before they do like an activity, say like dancing or martial arts or something like that. And then there are people that just stretch religiously like 7 days a week.
Oh, yeah. I don't have that kind of commitment. But admittedly, sometimes I do forget to stretch before I go to Cantina. But the moment that I realize that I haven't stretched, I stop and I stretch.
So you can do like the full Jean-Claude Van Damme split.
No, I cannot do a split. That's the one thing. No, so I actually that is a goal of mine that I have been working on. A couple of the other girls at Cantina are, first of all, just incredible, but they will go down into a full split. I mean, like forehead touching the floor, and I'm like, goals. I want to do that.
Right on.
Yeah, so that's definitely been a goal of mine. I've been training because I have flexibility better forward and backwards than I do like sideways. To side.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
I get that. But if you had the side to side, like, Jean-Claude Van Damme splits, and you had that ability, I think it's safe to say that, that's an extra that's an extra edge that you have on your sword.
Oh yeah. 100%. I would be using that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, that being said, How did a person like yourself, going from the lineage of dancing that you went through, discovered line dancing and said, you know what, that's what I'm going for?
So, I actually was in a really bad relationship, and a friend of mine was trying to take me out for my birthday because she wanted to make me feel better.
And how old were you at the time?
That's a great question. I'm not good with time.
Was there a 2 in front of it? Or was there a 1?
Oh, 2. I mean,
okay,
Cancun Cantina is 21 and up. So,
yeah, right.
Yeah. So, no, I think I was 20. Well, no, I'm 26 now. So I guess I was 23, 22, something like that. Somewhere around that area.
Okay, so well, all intents and purposes, we'll say you were 22, the double deuce.
Yeah. So I ended up going out with her and met like that kind of like met my current friend group actually. So that's around the time that I had met Jamal before, but was like reintroduced to him there. So when I like started going out with Jamal, there was like Alberto, Rachel, like all the friend group that I have now. Minus a few, but
Right.
so kind of was just like, you guys are cool. I remember Jamal and I was like, okay, cool. I want to dance with Jamal and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Got really, really drunk that night
Oh,
and
boy.
tried to do the line dances. And luckily for me, I had amazing people that wanted to teach me and help me. So, especially Alberto was very, very formative for my line dancing start of my career. There are moves to this day that I still do that are his because I learned from him. Berto is a very, very good dancer, and he would tone it down for me if I asked him to.
Right.
If I was like, Berto, I need help. Please help, like, teach me. He would tone down his moves. But 9 times out of 10, I wasn't doing that because I wanted to learn how he did it.
Right. You wanted to be challenged.
Well, not even challenged, but I just, yeah, you can do the steps. But, like, if you're already learning how to move your hips into it, if you're already learning from the get-go how to do this, that, and the third, I just feel like you can only move up from there.
Right.
So if you're already learning at an advanced level, then you can get even more advanced. Whereas if you're, like, learning from the bottom, like, you have way more to go, but also, like, I feel like it's easier to add flair if you've been used to adding flair from the get-go, So he was very, very formative for how I learned to do all of this stuff.
Right.
But once I was taken there, it took me like a couple months to get back there, and then I just never stopped.
Before even like going for it, when somebody just gave you an idea of like, hey, we're going to do line dancing, did you have like, because there's some people that actually have like, concerns or fears or something like that. So was there any concerns or any, underlying issues about going into line dancing before engaging in it?
No, I mean, so I had been taken to like PBR in the past, and that's where I ended up meeting Jamal for the first time.
Right.
Like ever. Was through a mutual friend of ours named Dwayne.
Right.
So Dwayne ended up taking me to PBR, and so like I had kind of seen how that went. And so that's why I was like, oh, Cantina's like that. And then Rachel was like, well, Cantina's like that, but more. Because like PBR is great, but there's not as much line dancing.
Right. So if you want to step it up.
It's like more, PBR is like very like club and line dancing.
Correct.
So whereas Cantina is like line dancing, partner dance, line dancing. Like
right,
it's
right.
it's very much so more line dancing oriented than PBR is. Not that like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't think that there was a concern for me just because I was like, oh, okay, I've been in this environment before. And so for me, I was kind of more excited about it. I was like, oh, cool, maybe I'll find something to do again. To be fair, I did not, I remember the outfit that I wore. I did not wear anything that was even productive for line dancing. Oops. I had a floor-length dress and sandals on. It was not smart.
No.
Yep. No. Although, to be fair, we can touch on this later if you want to, but the way
we're touching on it right now.
The way that I've changed my style over the years.
Right.
Because I've always been like, kind of, I guess, flashy in my outfits and stuff like that, but the way that I've changed style over the years since I have been line dancing has been very interesting. Like, I'm to the point now where my friends are like, if I wear a t-shirt and shorts out to the bar, they're like, no, go change into one of your outfits. Like I had my friend Hope Kelly, she's on TikTok as well as Cope Helly. But she actually met me for the first time, had been watching my TikTok. She danced at the barn in Sanford.
Right.
But she had been watching my TikTok and was like, oh, let's meet, let's do this, like I want to come dance with you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. I showed up in a t-shirt and shorts and she was like, what the fuck is this?
damn.
She's like, you need one of your like little like she's like, your style's so cute. You need like one of your little outfits that you always
little
wear.
short shorts.
Not even short shorts. I just I guess I would call my style alternative. Like it's kind of like, yeah, I've got the cowboy boots on, but I also have fishnets, you know?
Right.
So for me, t-shirts and jeans, shorts is like understated for me. Even if it's like really fancy, like t-shirt and jeans, shorts, it's understated. So if I'm not wearing like my little cropped hoodie or my little fishnets or anything like that, then she's like, "What are you doing?" So
while I have the thought in my head, when it comes to line dancing and so forth, is there like, a certain kind of dress code or things that you have to wear in order for it to be like line dancing, as opposed to like, you can just wear whatever it is that you want? Is there like a specific code in the dress code?
I don't think so. I feel like for bars, there's a lot of like unspoken rules. Mm-hmm. But as far as like what you actually need to wear, no. Like I've worn flip-flops there. Mind you, that's not a good idea. Don't do that.
Right.
But I've worn flip-flops there. Don't do high kicks and flip-flops. I promise it's not good. You're going to lose your flip-flop in the rafters. But like but on the other hand, there is a dude at Cantina that literally just competed in his flip-flops. We literally, like, I love him to death. He's so good, and he does it in flip-flops and socks.
Jeez, it almost sounds like I could wear like surfing shorts, Van shoes,
Yep.
and a Van t-shirt, and like, okay, yeah, you're good for line dancing, bro.
These are the shoes that I wear line dancing.
Oh, damn.
My little
See,
Van
I
lookalikes.
can understand that because I feel like when you wear sneakers, it's more comfortable than, for example, wearing like inline country cowboy boots kind of a thing.
So
that could eat your feet.
No, so I will say this much. A lot of people have been switching to the shoe called Fuego. It looks like a sneaker, but if you like imagine like a Heeley, you know how like the Heeley's wheel is like up and down? This one is sideways.
Yeah.
It helps you spin, but the rubber of the sneaker helps you stop. So for me, like for example, for the competition I was in last night, I switched shoes for the final dance. So I started out in these because I like the way that these grab a little bit more, but I can still spin.
Right.
I switched to boots for the last one because I knew I needed to spin more, or I knew that I needed to like go up on my heels. So I think it just depends on what you're comfortable with for what you wear foot-wise. I like a little bit more grab because I know that I can spin, and I do like my little tippy toe spins.
Right.
Whereas a lot of people that are spinning in boots will literally just spin on the balls of their feet, and they'll like, gosh, how do I explain this? I'll pick my feet up as I spin and do like little tip taps.
Okay.
Some people will take one foot, stand on their other boot, and spin on their toe. Almost kind of like ballerina-esque.
Right.
And boots, like especially leather sole boots, will really lend itself to that.
I don't know, because this is my, and I'm only speaking for me, and this is my opinion. But if I wore those boots, that looks like cowboy boots, for lack of a better term, and I start spinning like Michael Jackson, just like helicopter, I'm just afraid that I'm going to, like, the revolution of my spin's going to go so fast that I'm going to end up falling on my ass.
Sometimes it does happen. No, sometimes it does happen. And really all I have to say to that is, like, your balance, what we were talking about earlier, right? Like, you learn, especially as a follow, or like when you're doing two-stepping and stuff like that, you learn as a follow to spot.
Nice.
You spot all of your turns.
Nice.
If you don't know what spotting is, it's looking at one point in a room. You will do a full rotation and make sure that you are staring at that spot the entire time that you are turning.
Right.
That way you don't get dizzy. As far as like, here I can give you like a rule for clothing.
Yeah, give me a rule.
The bandanas, right? Everybody talks about the bandanas in the country world.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know what it means, but if you're wearing your bandana on the right side, it means that you're single. If you're wearing your bandana on the left side, it means that you're in a relationship, you're taken, you're spoken for, that kind of thing.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yep.
I did not know. I thought it was I thought it was more like, hey, I'm kind of like a righty. I use like my right side of my body more because, I write with my right hand. I lead my right leg. I'm going to wear the bandana on my right because that's what it
Some
signifies.
people don't know about it, so I mean, obviously, like, always ask. It's definitely getting more known now,
Right.
especially like with the growth of line dancing on TikTok and stuff like that. People are able to share more, like, I guess, rules or like things that happen, that kind of thing. Like, white boots are like a huge stigma in the line dancing world.
What? Why?
Yeah. So apparently, if you wear like white boots, it's very like it's viewed as very Buckle Bunny-ish. Which, to my end, wear whatever you want, and especially, I think the white boots look cute. Okay, and some people pull them off really, really well. But apparently, that's like the I don't actually dance, or I don't actually rodeo, or I don't actually do this. Like, I'm not actually country. I just have a pair of white cowboy boots. And so, like, I kind of hate that that's a stigma in the line dancing world, in the country world at all, just because, like, it's just a color boot.
Right.
Like, that's like saying, oh, because I have rhinestone boots that I'm a Buckle Bunny. I used to work horses.
I'm afraid of horses.
Are you really?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. And maybe it's the power juice talking, but like, Christopher Reeves, the guy that played Superman, he died from horses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing like, the equestrian and all that stuff. And I kid you not, some newspaper, I don't know what it was, but they got sued. On the front page the next day it says, headline, Superman finally meets the kryptonite. Actor Christopher Reeves died. I'm like,
what
yo!
a headline. What a headline.
And
wow.
I'm just like, I ain't never going to be riding horses ever again. You killed Superman.
No, I think I missed this part on like our formative years question. But I used to do horses when I was younger, so I think I was just like too young to be afraid, maybe. Because I literally almost had my kneecap blown out by this horse named Diablo Dinero, the devil's money.
Geez.
Yeah, no, he was just a mean son of a bitch, and I was grooming him, and I walked around him a little too close to his back end, which any equestrian knows, if you've got a nasty horse, don't do that.
Right.
And he ended up just popping my kneecap, so I got it right there. I had a huge bruise for days, but luckily my knee just went a little bit backwards, and but I don't know. I feel like I feel like all equestrians feel the same way. Like, yeah, you could die, but you could also die in a car. I enjoy the horses, so
I feel you. Now I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to use this kind of analogy. Like for martial artists, if we become equivalent of, if we become a black belt or equivalent to a black belt, we want to go ahead and, take on another challenge of studying another martial art that we don't know. You know what I mean? Just because I guess it definitely shows the kind of versatility that we can have as a martial artist. So for you coming in to line dancing, doing the dancing that you have done before that, I mean, wasn't there how did you make that transition? Because it's not an easy one going from what you knew and going into another, form of discipline of dancing.
I think I'm gonna lend this again to like the ADHD. I feel like that's a lot of what ends up happening with me is that the chemicals in my brain just kind of take over. When I first started going, within 2 months, I knew about 60 to 80 dances.
What?
Yeah, I just kind of sponged. To be honest, I was like, yeah, we're just gonna keep going. It interested me so much that I was there 3 nights a week, even though I was driving an hour and a half to get there.
Were you like some kind of dancing prodigy or something?
No, I don't think I'm that good. But no, I had friends that were helping me pick up stuff. I was watching YouTube tutorials. People were filming videos for me so that I could practice at home.
Right.
I liked doing it so much that I was like, I'm learning all of this right now.
Right on.
And so, and especially because with the friend group that I had, all of us were super playful on the dance floor.
Right.
So, like, some of us would do the dance backwards, or, like, we'd, like, pick at each other's hair or like, twirl and flip our hair in each other's, like just little friend stuff,
Yeah.
So I just honestly had such a good time doing it when I was learning it that I just wanted to keep going.
Right on.
So, and now, as far as like learning new stuff goes, I enjoy the challenge of learning like a really hard dance. And it's kind of crazy because I've kind of plateaued like a little bit in the sense of I don't find a lot of dances challenging anymore to learn.
Right.
So now it's about like partner dancing. I've been in two-stepping for about 2 years now, but I've been looking at dancing with new partners and stuff like that because everybody can teach you something different.
Right.
Everybody has different moves.
Right.
And also West Coast swing, which is kind of similar, but not. It's less progressive. It's more, I would say it's more flowy.
Right.
Yeah. So, and then traditional two-step as well, because I do kind of like a East Coast club two-step, where I've been learning traditional Texas two-step from Dean Garish, who teaches at Cancun Cantina as well. So him and his daughter have lessons there and stuff like that on Fridays nights, and I go to those as well.
Wow, it seems like there's like a lot of different types of styles in the line dancing.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not even, so two-stepping and West Coast swing, country swing, that's not line dancing. It's part of, like, the Western country dancing world, but those are all partner dances.
Okay.
So, kind of like, and not in the same sense of, like, an El Paso or a Wood Nickel or the Cowboy Cha-Cha. Those are partner dances, but they're, like, circle dances, so they're not quite the same thing. It's kind of like a line dance with a partner. Mm-hmm. Like, the steps are already preordained, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
The country swing, West Coast swing, two-stepping, that is all about your ingenuity, your creativity, how you work and have chemistry with another person.
Nice.
That stuff doesn't have any premeditated dance steps. You have no idea what you're doing except for playing off of your partner, which forces you as a follow to simultaneously think and also not think. You have to be aware enough to do what the lead is asking you to do, but not think too hard on it so that you're not anticipating things.
Right.
Because then you're backleading.
Right.
So that's kind of where I've started going with, like, learning new styles of dancing in my, I guess, community.
Right.
So that would be, like, I guess the closest thing as, like, the analogy that you were talking about with martial arts.
Gotcha. Well, you started, like, let's just say for the sake of saying it once again, you started at 22. You're now 26. Mm-hmm. So you've been doing this for about, like, let's say 4 years or more or less.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So how long did it take for you to, from the start to where you are now, where, like, you decided or it was ordained that, hey, you know good enough now that you can actually be an instructor?
So I attribute a lot of that to our old instructor, Mark Paulino. Mm-hmm. He was part of our friend group when I first started going, and he was the instructor for Cancun Cantina.
Nice.
He ended up moving to Florida, I think like almost 2 years ago, 2 years ago, something like that, because that's about how long I've been teaching.
Yeah.
But he ended up moving to Florida. Just was, he's a basically world-renowned choreographer at this point. He was just kind of like moving on to, I guess, bigger things.
Yeah.
And so when he left, the owners of Cancun Cantina asked a couple of us if we wanted to teach. It was like myself, another girl named Madison Kinney, and we kind of just started building our team from there. So now Alexis Garish is our anchor teacher, and then we have myself, Johnny Tang, Fred Leong, and Madison still is teaching as well. So we have like a good group of people that are teaching, because all of us kind of have like different styles. Like I'm more of like, I like the more hip hop songs, whereas Madison kind of likes the more like country stuff.
Right.
So I would say that I had just been kind of dancing there for a while. They had watched me teach people while I was on the floor. Like
right.
I was able to call dances while I was on the floor.
Right.
So I think naturally I just kind of started lending myself towards that. Mm-hmm. So they asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said, yeah, okay, cool. let me go ahead and do that. And so I started asking questions everywhere. I ended up messaging Mark, and I was like, hey, they are like having me be your replacement, I guess.
Right.
What do I need to do for this? So and it's really cool actually, because he just came back to visit not that long ago for an Aaron Goodvin video.
Okay.
And he is very, very mentioned that he was very, very proud of me and where I've been taking the bar. So it's just cool because like that was like my instructor is somebody that I look up to, and then now people do that for me, which is crazy. So I'm not sure that there was like any particular point, but they were just like, yeah, you're really good. You're already doing this. Why don't you get on stage and do it?
Nice. Now, for those that actually are, thinking about maybe this is something that I want to do for the first time, and they have like, literally no carnal knowledge of it or whatsoever. I mean, what kind of advice would you give them if that's something that they wanted to do either for fun or just, hey, I really want to, give a crack at this?
My advice to you would be learn your dance floor etiquette. That's the biggest thing that I see at pretty much any bar that I go to is that new people that think line dancing is cool, they've seen it on TikTok, they've seen it somewhere, will come in and they won't actually try to learn the dance. They'll like kind of like make fun of it. They'll decide that they're going to do something in the corner.
Oh boy.
And they run into the regular dancers.
Oh God.
So I would definitely say that dance floor etiquette, learn who your regulars are, because all of us are willing to help you, I promise, as long as you are willing to learn.
Right.
And then just show up with the knowledge that you are going to fuck up. You are going to look stupid for probably a month or so, maybe more, depending upon like your learning curve.
Right.
Like you're gonna look stupid.
Right.
There's no good way to learn all of these dances because, like, yes, lessons happen and all of us learn stuff from the lessons and stuff like that. But like lessons are 2 dances typically, right? So even if we're doing lessons on Wednesdays and Saturday, right, that's only 4 dances, right? There's over 200 that are being rotated at Cancun Cantina right now. So you're learning 4 a week and there's 200.
Holy
crap.
Wow.
And that's just like, and that's like not even special requests or anything like that. Because if we do have special requests, guess what? You got to know those too.
Yeah.
So just know that you're going to look dumb for a minute. And it's okay. All of us looked really, really dumb when we first started.
Right.
As long as you're being respectful and watching out for your other dancers, you are doing great. You are doing fabulous. And all of us are willing to help you figure it out. Like, and especially, like I said, figure out who your regulars are. Because if you come over and you're like, hey, how does this step go?
Right.
All of us will give you an answer.
So explain real quick, because this is a shock that I even heard of this, dance etiquette. Explain that to those that may not understand. Like, explain it to me like I'm a 4-year-old child and I don't know any better.
Dance floor etiquette is typically 2-stepping is around the outside if it's like a line dance song. If you have room. If you do not have room, do not 2-step. Because, like, for example, sometimes the floor at Cantina will be packed.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, like there's no room to 2-step, and people will try to anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, we'll do our best to make room for you still. But like it gets frustrating when you have to take like minuscule steps. So 2-steppers around the outside, line dancers on the inside. Making sure that every single person around you has enough space so that you're not bumping into anybody. If the dance floor is packed, you take smaller steps. That's just how that works. You can't be in a packed dance floor and be like full out.
Okay.
So again, just like being respectful of personal space of everybody.
Nice.
If you're new and you don't know the dance, when you're learning it, if you're in a lesson, stand in the middle. If it is happening and you're not doing a lesson and it's just playing, stand on the outside so that you're not running into anybody if you mess up.
Right.
A lot of new people will stand in the middle of a dance floor, and I've watched people just absolutely eat the dance floor.
Ooh.
So,
that's not good.
no. If you are trying to especially for Cantina, we have like almost like a U shape of a pathway. Do not walk through the dancers. Do not walk in front of the stage. If you're going to go around, you need to go all the way around. Don't walk through the dancers. Don't two-step through the line dancers, like that kind of stuff. This one's kind of more of an unspoken one, but like if you're kind of newish to the dance, I would not recommend getting up on the stage. That's usually where a lot of the regulars will go. For me, myself, personally, I get on stage because I get anxious that I'm going to bump into people. Yes, I instruct there and stuff like that, but it's not strictly about attention for me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Don't get me wrong, it's nice, but like I get up there because I want to have my own personal bubble, and it gets really packed on the dance floor sometimes. Or sometimes people want me to be up there so that they can follow me, like follow my steps and stuff like that. So if you're going to get up on the stage, I would recommend doing like either knowing the dance or like don't get up there if you don't know what you're doing. It's that kind of thing. And also, sometimes people will get on the stage and do a different dance than the one that's being done on the dance floor because they just know a different dance. Because sometimes the same song can have multiple dances.
Correct.
If somebody is on stage and they're doing a different dance, do not get on the stage and do the same dance that they're doing on the dance floor.
Correct.
Right. Again, it's just like respect things. And I feel like they should be common sense things, but we all know how that goes. So...
In this world, do you believe that you're more of the student or more of the teacher?
I find myself being both all the time. Yes, there's a lot that I do know. However, I still find myself all the time picking up other moves from people. Like I said, it's very, like even last night, a couple of my friends from Virginia, cue me knocking into things.
Technical
Clumsy
difficulty, folks. No, go ahead. It's cool.
Some of my friends from Virginia, it's a dance that I've been doing for a really long time. It's called rodeo, right? And the lyrics go, she likes it fast, but she loves it slow, right?
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Sounds like innuendo.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Oh, some of the line dances there, like we have a one called Lonely Drum, which is literally about...
that.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep,
Gotcha.
it's
Okay. No,
yep.
We're good.
Yep. So, but yeah, so she likes it fast, but she loves it slow. Normally, I'll just do the hip roll that's supposed to be there, and I'll do like a really slow hip roll. Instead, they stuck their hands out, and for the entire last 8 count of the dance, they just went around like almost like a Cabbage Patch motion.
Right.
And then they started back up. She works it like a rodeo, right? And that's when you start walking forward again.
Oh, nice.
So, like, even last night, I learned something new to do to it, you know? So I am constantly both student and teacher.
Nice.
I am constantly helping people learn how to do the steps, and I am constantly learning new creative additions that I can put into my dance. So...
Now, I want to get your opinion on something here because this is something that just came up into my mind. There's sometimes, like, you know, like how they do in cooking, they call it fusion, where they take one region part of cooking, like let's say Italian, and then they mix it with Japanese. You know, that's what fusion is. What would you say if somebody was trying to do something where it's like the kind of dancing you do, but then they're going to add like an acrobatic element, like, you know, like backflips and back tucks and things of that sort, cartwheels and all that stuff. Do you think there's any room for such things like that, or do you think you should stick to the tradition of what it is? I
think so. For the example that you gave, do not do that. Do not be doing unless you have room. If you have room, great. But I wouldn't recommend doing acrobats on the dance floor. Backflips, you're going to end up hurting either yourself or somebody else.
Right.
Especially since the floor is kind of slick. They use the baby powder, talc powder, whatever it is.
Right. Just to kind of give a little slick surface.
You're going to end up hurting yourself or somebody else. I would not recommend doing gymnastics. Now, however, we do have people that are technically fusion dancers. So, like I said, myself, I used to teach belly dancing, and then I got into the line dancing.
Yeah.
I fusion, I put a lot of that stuff together all the time.
Okay.
A lot of, for example, body isolation is huge in the belly dancing world. And I find that that helps me all the time with my line dancing and stuff like that. Because line dancing, a lot of the time, it can be like really hippie.
Yeah.
So like a lot of hip rolls, body rolls, head rolls, stuff like that. So that's all very big belly dancing movements, you know? So depending upon how you kind of work it, you can do both. Another good example is Sherry. She actually won the competition last night for line dancing. She is a old hip hop dancer, and she puts a lot of her old hip hop moves into the line dancing.
Okay.
And then one more good example for two-stepping. One of my normal two-stepping partners named Tony Willis. He's the one who taught me how to two-step in the first place.
Gotcha.
He and I do a move called wobble.
Is it the same wobble that I'm thinking of?
No. So
Okay.
it'll be a body roll into each other, and then he will fall to the floor with one hand behind him.
Okay.
And I'll be attached to him here, and I'll yank him back up.
Okay.
Because weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I like
Or we have another one called pin drop, where I'll put my arms around his neck, and he'll do like the traditional like hip hop pin drop and come back up and grab my hand and start spinning me again.
that. Oh, wow.
Yep. So I think that there's definitely room for multiple versions of fusion dances, etc. The one that I see the most is hip hop line dance. But like, oh no, I lied. I'm sorry. We also have old like girls that are still in companies for ballet that come and do the line dancing thing, and they are the most graceful thing you will ever see in the line dancing world. I'm talking like full extension arms. A good example of that is Petra. She is very flowy, elegant, graceful with the line dancing, which lends itself to like, don't get me wrong, there's still more dances that are like a little bit more poppy, but for like those slower, more country, graceful ones, it's super pretty. You know, Caroline is the same way. There's another girl named Devin who won the first place for the Strictly on Friday. She has a ballerina background, and that definitely lends itself to how she moves with a partner. So
Now, we found out that you were in a competition yesterday, which actually resulted you actually landing into the finals.
yeah.
Yeah. So first off, congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
I mean, how did you feel about that? How did you prepare? I mean, was this something that you knew, like, okay, I have it in the bag, or, yeah, I'm going to have to really put in some time to get prepared for this kind of thing?
I think it was kind of like a half and half. There was definitely a lot of people that were nervous last night, but for me, it's kind of like, oh, this is the biggest dance party ever, and all of my friends are here.
Right.
So I think for me, it was really good vibes. I kind of knew the dances already. I didn't know the tags or the restarts for any of them, so I learned those Friday. Nothing like last minute
Right.
learning.
Last minute
but it
preparation.
worked.
Yeah,
But
right.
it worked.
Right. Right.
So yeah, so like I think for me, I do best when I'm winging it.
Okay.
So I didn't really do like a whole lot of prep in the sense of like there was a lot of people that I saw like that were still practicing when they went to the bar. Like they were practicing right like up into the moment that they went on. For me, I've been dancing those dances for a couple months now.
Okay.
Now, mind you, I did it with my own dancer flair, so really all I needed to learn was like the correct steps. And then once I had that, I was good.
Nice.
I didn't think that I was going to even make it to finals, so there's definitely that aspect of it. I tend to downplay, I guess, a lot of my friends tell me that I'm not realistic with myself as far as how good I am.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I think that a lot of it was like, oh, well, I'm just going to go do this and whatever happens, happens. It's cool if I make it and it's cool if I don't. I'm just really there to have a good time. I wanted to learn stuff. It was my first competition ever for line dance. So I just kind of went into it with knowing that I probably wouldn't make it to finals or place or anything like that, and that I just wanted to learn as much as I could.
Nice. So now that you made it into the finals, what happens from this point? Like what goes down? I mean, obviously you're going to have to compete in said finals. So when does that happen?
Oh no, finals already happened. So basically the way that they do it is they do it in what they call heats, right? So it'll be
like a tournament.
Yeah, right. So there was 3 heats of line dance competition for the line dance competition. So I think it was like 8 to 10 people per heat, something like that. Yeah, which is less than you think when you're on a dance floor that big. It's
But
plenty
still,
of room to see you.
That's still a fair amount of people at one time.
Yeah. I mean, when you're all doing the same thing, they're looking for flair, you know? They're looking for, like, stability. They're looking for timing. They're looking for that kind of thing. Because they realize that all of you know the dance, right?
Right.
So they're looking for, like, your style, your timing, your, like...
Who has the better presentation.
Right. Exactly. So, and especially on a dance floor that size, it's way less than you think it is. There's a lot of gaps. So, and especially when you're used to dancing in like a packed dance floor, it's kind of daunting. So basically they'll do the first and second song. So I guess, it's not prelim, the word that I'm thinking of, but so the first one was Countdown. The dance is called Countdown. It's to, I think it's called Countdown by Flo Rida.
Okay.
I don't know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that song.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the second one was to Jump, I think also by Flo Rida.
Wow, Flo Rida's getting a lot of love.
Listen, if you went up to Flo Rida and you were like, hey, I want to let you know that your dances are quite literally the most popular dances at a line dancing bar.
Damn.
I don't think anybody would have expected that. But yeah, so that one, so Jump was actually choreographed by Mark Paulino, the guy that I had mentioned earlier. So that was the first 2. Well, then they go ahead and they make the cuts and stuff like that they want to make. And then the finals ended up happening later on that evening. And that was to Honky Tonk Hardwood Floors, which was choreographed by Kenzie Keister, who was actually a judge there last night. Oh, yeah. Nothing like performing the dance in front of the choreographer.
Right.
No pressure.
None whatsoever.
No pressure. But, you know, Kenzie was really cool, too. She's so sweet.
Nice.
So...
Wow.
But yeah, so that's what happens with finals. Once they're done with finals, they kind of like all group together, and eventually they just announce the winners. So
that must have done a lot for your confidence, though. You know, just like, you know, hey, I got this far. You know, I'm feeling pretty good. That means I'm doing something right. So, yeah, you know, I'm feeling. You know, if I wasn't feeling, you know, good before, I'm feeling 10 times a lot better now.
Oh yeah. Especially with, like I said, a lot of people from out of town that I have met through my TikTok experience. You know, like I have the TikTok page and stuff like that. I've been traveling to other bars.
Right.
So a lot of the friends that I've made over like the last year came in for this competition.
Okay.
And so most of them were not in the same heat as me. So they were all kind of congregated around a corner. And it got loud. It got very, very loud. Their support is amazing to me.
Okay.
And like we all do that for each other anyway. Because like I was screaming as loud as I could for all of their stuff, you know, like screaming out their names, their numbers, etc. But like I said, with it being mostly Cancun people in the last heat, there wasn't a lot of like their other friends in that one. So it was like all the attention was kind of like focused on me there for a second in the little corner that I was in, and I was like, whoa.
Nice.
So major confidence booster, major like, it just makes me so happy to have friends like that.
Yeah.
That are like uplifting, you know?
Now, we all know, we got a couple more questions. Obviously, for this week, we are actually, I wouldn't say celebrating, but it is Mental Health and Awareness Week, you know, for like a certain amount of days. Obviously, there are people sometimes, a couple of haters that would actually make fun of and pick on people for like, you know, whatever reason. In my case, let's say specifically, they would think, oh, a big dude like yourself, I mean, doing martial arts, that's bullshit. Like, you know, So, what would you say to those that would actually say that, big proportionate people can't succeed in this kind of medium, in your medium?
I would say that that's absolute bullshit.
Okay.
Because I've gotten a lot of that. Like I am a little bit, like not saying like I'm fat or anything like that, but I am a heavier set girl. Like I've got boobs and an ass. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, I think that it's absolute bullshit. You absolutely can do whatever your mind sets to, and
Right.
especially, I'll say that like it's a little bit harder in the two-stepping world because of like lifts and stuff like that.
Okay.
But you find yourself a partner that can lift you, you're doing the exact same thing, okay?
Right.
Like my partner, two-stepping partner Tony, or my husband Teddy. Like both of them can lift me and do all of the same kind of lifts that they do with like the really tiny, skinny girls, which is great, For the line dancing specifically, you can be whatever size as long as you can move. You're doing great.
Right.
The girl that won second place last night, Malika, she's a really close friend of mine. She's kind of like same body proportions as me. So you can do whatever you set your mind to, in all honesty. Are there people that are like, Obviously. There's always going to be people like that. Are there people that are like, oh my God, you can fucking move? That's crazy. That's amazing. There's also those too.
Nice.
Especially for... I've gotten the comment before, like, oh, I didn't think that, like, you would be able to move like that, My favorite thing is proving people wrong.
Right.
I love being the petty person for that.
I don't think it's more petty. It's just more like, let me prove to you, let me show you that I can do that.
Yeah. Yep, because it was, towards the end of martial arts, too. It was the same way.
Right.
Because
sure.
I went from, 100 pounds to, 16, and being 140 or something like that, 150. I was getting, I gained boobs and a butt,
Right.
So,
that's life.
Right. So, people will always look at you, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you look like or anything like that. There will always be naysayers. My advice to you is that if you have haters, you're doing something right.
Right on. Are you thinking about, now that you've done a competition like this, are you thinking about taking it on the road on certain parts of the U.S., to do competitions in that nature?
It depends. There's a certain limitation of how far I'm willing to travel for competition.
Right.
As far as taking it on the road, that's actually what I've been doing for the last year anyway. Shout out to the Barn in Sanford, Cowboys Orlando, Gus's North Carolina, Honky Tonk Saloon South Carolina, the Bank in Norfolk, Virginia, the Eagle's Nest in Norfolk, Virginia, because I've just been going to all of these different places. I have so many that are still on my list to go visit. I want to visit the Nashville Palace in Tennessee. Yeah.
Right.
So I've kind of formulated my own little travel team because me and my friends all go.
Nice.
Nice. So yeah. So I just kind of visit where I can when I can.
Right.
Which is part of how I've been, making the friends that I have made and how I keep meeting all of these wonderful people. So
nice. Well, this is a part of the show where, I'm going to put you under the proverbial spotlight.
Okay.
And this is one of those things where, I swore that I probably wouldn't have brought this up, but it's going to have to happen. So this is what we call this basically the lightning round, if you will. So
okay.
What it is that we're going to go ahead and ask you a whole bunch of questions. It could be a whole bunch of random questions. It could be true, false. It could be multiple choice. It could be fill in the blank. It could be something serious. It could be something very nerdy. You don't know what you're going to get, but this is what's going to happen. So, are you ready to take on said challenge?
Bring it on.
Oh man, all right. Real quick though, how big is your nerd card?
I have a pretty decent nerd card.
You have a decent nerd card?
I have a pretty decent nerd card.
Oh wow. How decent is this nerd card?
Forming my own Skyrim glass battle axe so that I could take it to Renfest. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll show you a picture later if you want to see it.
I definitely would like to see a picture of that. Oh my god.
Yeah, big Lord of the Rings fan, Harry Potter, the whole 9 yards.
All right. Well, here we go. The lightning round is in full effect. I'm ready. So here we go. In no particular order. Between the primary colors between yellow, blue, and red, my favorite color is
Red.
I either like the beach or I actually like the woods.
Ooh, that's a tough one because I like them both for different things. I'd probably say the beach.
Yes.
I grew up on the water, so I'd probably say the beach.
Okay. If a fight was based out of dancing, then who would win? Superman or Batman?
Wait, like they're having a dance off?
Yes.
Ooh, Batman.
Okay. All right. If we had a dance off between Justin Timberlake, Usher, and the late Michael Jackson, who would win?
Oh my gosh. Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hit him with the hee hee.
There you go. Do you believe that Billie Jean is not my lover?
Absolutely.
Okay. 'Cause she's just a girl that claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. No, definitely not. Definitely not. What's your favorite NFL football team?
I actually don't follow football that closely. I guess I would have to say Ravens because I'm from Maryland.
Well, the Ravens did win overseas today against Tennessee and jolly old London, England.
There you go.
Yes. So shout out to the Ravens. Congrats on the win. Do you have a favorite baseball team?
Yes, but this is going to sound super nerdy. My little brother used to play baseball and was going to go for it professionally. So whatever team he's on is usually my favorite. So I know you're looking for like the big answer where it's like an actual team, but I don't have one for that.
Okay.
Yep. If he had made it onto a team, it would be that one.
If you had to cook something and you had 1 hour to cook it, what is your to-go-to dish that you know that you can cook without fail?
Chicken Parisienne.
Ooh, nice. Name a country that you've never been to that you would like to visit.
Greece.
Oh, we already know the reason why for that one.
No, I'm a huge mythology nerd too.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. If there was a Greek god out there right now in the streets, which one would you be chilling with?
Pan.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'd probably be chilling with Zeus and let him know that, hey, I want to keep on.
Nah, Zeus is a whore.
No, Zeus, I got to challenge him, man. I got to let him know that, he got to face me, that coward, so I can be number one in Olympus. Paint the Olympus yellow, you know what I'm saying? Paint Mount Olympus yellow and the Parthenon and the Acropolis, paint all that shit yellow. That's what I want.
Nah, Zeus is too much of a whore for me to like him.
In your social media, we have known that you've been sporting, a yellow dress. What Asian person are you trying to impress?
A yellow dress? Are you talking about the are you talking about like the neon yellow fringe dress?
Uh-huh.
So me and my friend actually got those to go to Honky Tonk Saloon in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
She has a purple one. We decided to match. Hers was not disgustingly neon, though. Mine said that it was green. 'Tis not. It is neon yellow. It is so bright that it rivals the sun.
Okay. Who does it for you better? Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
Beyonce.
What?
I know I'm gonna piss all the Swifties off, but I love old school Taylor Swift, right? I don't necessarily like all of her new things, but I like old school Taylor Swift,
right?
But I don't think that there's a Beyonce song that has ever been made that I hate. So,
have you been to a Beyonce concert?
No.
They say that.
Have I been to a Taylor Swift concert? Also, no.
I've been to a Taylor Swift concert. That girl can, really work that crowd.
Little tidbit here for it.
She's amazing. Although I do got to give credit to Beyonce.
I was gonna say a little tidbit here. My dad actually plays in a band and used to play in a band for all of my childhood, so I'm a little jaded when it comes to concerts. I have to really want to see that artist.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
As I say, I think the last one I went to was, well, no, I went to Sunday in the Country, so I got to see Jelly Roll, which is cool because I love him. But the last one that I like went to of my own volition was Parker McCollum.
Okay.
Yeah, Sunday in the Country, I was kind of paid to go dance on stage. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite kind of cuisine that you would like to eat?
oh gosh, that's crazy. My favorite food is steak, so anything that has steak. But if I'm going for like a specific, like probably Italian.
Okay.
I like pasta a lot.
Okay. Thoughts on Korean barbecue?
I like it.
Okay. Are you a K-pop person?
I am not.
What?
I am not. Also I've like seen stuff from it, but it's not something that I've like. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that I've been like interested in that I haven't exactly had time to pursue lately. So it's not that I'm like not interested. It's just that I haven't been interested enough to search for it yet.
You have made the BTS army very sad about that comment.
I know. I'm pissing off the Swifties, the BTSs, all of it.
Damn. All right. Moving on then. Favorite kind of car?
A really old Nova, cherry red.
A Chevy Nova?
Mm?
Oh God. All right.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to go to like drag shows all the time.
Nothing
like,
wrong
not,
with that.
Not like drag, like makeup drag, but like
No, but like the actual car
like,
shows,
like drag racing.
Yeah, drag racing. Yeah.
And there was like this cherry red had like sparkle metallic paint to it that was just so nice, and I was like, yeah, I want that car. That's the one. So ever since then, that's been it. But if I had to pick a different one, it would probably be a '65 Mustang because that's what my dad has.
Fill in the blank. If I was in a room filled with all the haters of my life that always said that I would never amount to anything, that I would always fail, that I would never do it, that I would never beat the odds, my exact words to each and every one of them would be blank.
I'd probably just laugh. It would probably just be maniacal laughter.
Oh, God.
Like, I don't know. I just, haters are just funny to me. So.
Okay. What's the one thing that you have to do in the morning that, that is a part of your routine that is a must?
Some kind of energy. It's either an energy drink or coffee, but it has to be something because I don't woke enough to get through the world.
Okay. Favorite gaming console?
See, I've always had an Xbox, so
Xbox.
And I guess an Xbox. I don't know. It was bought for me. As long as I could play Skyrim on it, I was great.
I'm a Nintendo Switch guy. That's
fair.
Let's see. Okay, here's a real good one. Does Coke and Pepsi really taste like the same thing?
No.
Really?
They do not.
How can you tell?
I don't know. I feel like Coke is a little less sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like Pepsi has a little bit of like a sweeter aftertaste.
My guilty pleasure besides dancing is
reading.
Really?
I sometimes will get. I'm a big bibliophile. I love books. Sometimes I can read up to 3 books in a day.
Okay. Bruce Lee, yes or no?
Yes.
Besides Bruce Lee, because that's probably an easy one, name your favorite martial artist.
Oh, gosh. I don't know the names of anybody. The guy that did Ip Man.
Donnie Yen.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I've watched all of the Ip Mans, like probably 3 or 4 times.
Oh, wow. What'd you think about it?
I love them. I like them a lot. So
Which one was your favorite? Like out of the 4?
Ip Man 2.
Really? Okay. Okay. I think I like 1 just because it was the one that started it off.
That's fair.
Yeah. So there it is. If you could learn another language, what it would be?
It's a great question, actually, because so technically I know a couple of different languages, not fluently, but enough to like make it by.
Right.
So I feel like I would learn Greek.
Oh God. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because I only know a couple of words in in it now. So
Right. But if you became fluent and actually knew it,
yeah,
then it's like your credibility in that language just shot up like 3 million.
yeah. Like I'm already pretty good with Spanish, and I learned American Sign Language in high school, so I've got that one. But
Nice.
hmm
I mean, ASL, I feel like, that's a lot going on there.
oh yeah, well, it's actually helped me serve tables a couple of times where I've had like deaf customers.
Okay.
Which is always great to see the smile on their face when they realize, like, oh, I don't have to be uncomfortable in this situation.
Right.
So I always really enjoy that.
Okay.
So it's helped in real world.
Nice. Are you a DC or a Marvel kid?
Marvel.
Favorite Marvel character?
Thanos.
Okay. No, I mean, I didn't say hero or villain, so that's fair.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's fair. Favorite Marvel movie?
I have to pick one.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It's a great question. The one that's really sticking out to me right now is Thor for some reason, so I guess I'll go with that.
Okay. If the world was a candy bar, do you feel like sometimes you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't?
Such an interesting question. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I'm the crunchy part of the candy bar most of the time.
Because, Almond Joy's got nuts and Mounds don't.
That's right.
Favorite restaurant to eat in?
Two Rivers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got a couple more questions. Hey, my house is starting to burn down. Oh, shit. I can only take 3 things with me to save besides myself. What 3 objects would I take with me to save?
Can all of my pets count as one, or?
Well, I mean, those are living things, so I think that would be a different tax bracket.
Okay, so you're talking about like material items.
Correct.
Okay, so my pets are safe. Everything's fine with my animals. Okay. All of my plants.
That's one.
I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm a crazy plant lady. I've got 150 plants in my house.
I bet you do.
So I don't know that anything matters to me that much that I'd go back into a burning building to get it besides my animals. I guess my makeup.
Okay, that's 2. I can throw some.
I know. I'm like drawing a blank here.
Maybe your Xbox, maybe your phone.
Okay, I guess my phone, because I always have my phone on me anyway, but I guess my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. Couple more questions. For those that think that that dancing is easy, I would say to you,
Try to do what I do and then come say that to me.
oh wow. What is let me think of the proper term here. What grinds your gears when it comes to dancing?
People that don't know dance floor etiquette.
Okay.
People that, okay, so no, all right, because we already talked about that earlier.
Correct.
If I had to pick a second thing, people that think that they are the shit. People that think that they are so much better than they actually are and will, like, overproduce that. I don't like pick me energy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could think of a couple of dance steps right now on top of your head, what would be the dance steps that you would do in order to kind of like get the body movement flow?
Shuffle right, shuffle left, coaster step, spin turn, chasse behind, chasse unwind.
Who did it better, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh God. 2 movies which honestly I've never seen. ever.
And you were mad
in
about
life.
me pissing off the Swifties and the BTS people.
That's different. That's different.
You're going to piss
That's
off
different.
all of the nerds.
There's a huge culture with that, right? Huge.
Oh my gosh.
And then with the BTS army, there's a whole nation of South Korea. That
Have you
would be-
seen all of the Lord of the Rings?
Never.
movies?
No.
No.
Not
The
one.
armies, the people, they
What?
all have swords. All
So?
of them.
So did the Deadites in the Army of Darkness.
Nah, because like in the nicest way possible, BTS and Swifties are gonna spray me with glitter. If I say I don't like Lord of the Rings, they're gonna stab me.
I don't think that the Swifties or the BTS army would sprinkle glitter on you.
No, I said spray glitter.
Oh, well, they wouldn't spray glitter on you either. At least I don't think so. All right, a couple more, and then we are out of here. If you follow the world of MMA, who do you think is really doing it right now?
To be honest with you, you keep asking me name questions, and I have no idea who anybody is on this planet. To be honest with you,
Okay, so we don't follow MMA.
there was one that I just watched recently that I don't know anybody's names. I do follow it to a certain extent because I watch like the TikToks of like everybody doing like really cool moves or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There was one recently. It was like two black dudes fighting. And a foot got caught, so he like turned around on the other foot and like absolutely nailed the dude in the face.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. It was really freaking wild. It was really good. Yep. It was like, oh yeah, you caught one foot. Here, taste the other.
Okay. Here's the last question, and I think that we don't know how this is going to turn out, but this is, if there were a couple of like because you just said it yourself that yesterday you were in a competition and you reached the finals. If there was one competition out there that you would love to compete in, based on what you did, what would be that competition? Whether if it's the biggest thing or the smallest thing.
See, I don't know because I'm not really like a huge competition person. Like I said, I got talked into doing this one in the first place. So I guess I'd like to go see Yes competition. That's over, I think, in like Arizona, California area.
Okay.
Just because like that's one of the bigger competitions for the line dancing world. A lot of my friends compete in that. So I think even if I didn't go to necessarily like compete my hardest, it would be a good time to just go and learn and hang out with friends and stuff like that. So,
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, this is the portion of the show where you get to go ahead and explain what it is that you're going on in life, what you're doing, your social medias, and all that stuff, like, where they can find you. So at this point, say what you want to say, do what you want to do, announce what you want to announce, reveal any and every social media that you want. The floor is yours.
Okay. Life for me right now is basically just working, dancing, and kind of moving back to Maryland. I was in Virginia for a little while, and now I'm back in Maryland, pretty close to my home bar, the original Cancun Cantina. Basically, you can find me there almost 3 nights a week.
Wow.
3 weeks a night.
3 weeks a night.
Yeah, I sped up time so I could have more time there.
But 3 nights a week, folks.
3 nights a week. I'm usually there Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Please feel free to come say hi. My social medias are all pretty much the same thing. It'll be Leo_artwork_line dancing. And that's on for Instagram and TikTok. So, I hope you like my content. Feel free to give me a share, a like, and drop a comment.
Nice. Now, before we go, because we didn't touch on it, it said on your Instagram that you were a self-taught artist. So explain that, like, real quickly, like what that means and what that entailed.
So I started dabbling in special effects work in high school, where I was in a photography class, and I wanted to create realistic bruises because I was doing a piece on domestic violence. And so I started playing around with a makeup palette that my mom had given me and creating bruises on people so that I could take the photos that I wanted, because it's far easier to have like the practical effects rather than trying to work it in Photoshop,
Yeah.
And everybody gave me so many compliments on it that I was like, oh, this is cool. This is neat. Like, I really like doing this. This was a good time. So I started like doing more and more and more. And so I kind of taught myself how to do special effects makeup, and later went on to do it at the Douglas Education Center in Monessen, Pennsylvania for the Tom Savini Special Effects Program, where I actually got to meet Tom Savini. He's a pretty cool dude. He did a magic trick for my graduating class, which is neat. He like made fire spit out of his hands. I don't know how he did it still. So that's cool.
Nice.
But yeah, so I was self-taught, and then I ended up getting my degree in that, which is subsequently how I made the Skyrim Axe, was while I was in school.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's been a big part of my life is makeup, movie makeup, wedding makeup, that kind of thing. I really like doing like skull face paint, and I think face paint's probably the thing that I excel at most, besides foam weapon making, so like foam fabrication and stuff like that. Because I've done like shields, axes, swords. I've even done like a set of armor for somebody before. So, and I'm working on somebody's Halloween costume right now.
Nice.
Who wants to be? Gosh, I forget the character's name. He's like the fire character from My Hero Academia.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm working on a set of shoulder pads that light up.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I got to say, this has been an awesome experience to, get to know you a little bit better, and for you to, talk to the audience and letting them know about you, your creative medium, and your world. Anytime that you want to come back and you want to do round two, you are more than welcome to have an open invite.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me. I've had a really good time.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude everything. So, you would think that after 2 seasons I have the closing procedures down to a science, and I suck. So we're going to try to do the best that we can. So without any further delay, here's how it goes. If you want to find me on social media, find me on Facebook. Go under the search box under the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience. Your boy's on Instagram and on X, formerly known as Twitter. You can find me at TKHPC Experience, all in one word, lowercase letters. We are on 5 podcasting platforms. That's right. Find your guy on, Spotify for podcasters. We have Apple Podcasts. We have Google Podcasts. And we have Amazon Music. Now, hook your brother up with a favor real quick. If you have Spotify, give me a 5-star rating. If you have Apple Podcasts, go ahead and give me a 5-star rating and a great review, because the purpose behind that, the more good reviews and 5 stars that I get, the more chances that this show, this podcast, is going to be thrown to the head of the class, and when they see it, they can go, oh, that's what my boy Joe was talking about, this show. So, like my podcast on all of its, podcasting platforms. Please subscribe to it on all of its podcasting platforms. Last but not least, if you want to email me because you either want to be a special guest, or if you want to be a guest host, or if you have any constructive criticism, and if you want to say some good things or bad things, yada, 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 I got you. Email me at the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience at gmail.com. Whatever the subject is, write down the subject. Whatever you want to say, write it down to the body of the email. Email it. I'll read it. I'll probably get back to you within 24 hours because I'm that kind of dude. I like communication and I like correspondence. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Please be safe. Be good to one another. Make the right decisions, because it don't do me any good if you make the wrong decisions. You land your ass in a pine box and get buried 6 feet under. Rest in peace. That's not what I do. I want you guys to succeed. I want you to do good in life, because you deserve it. We all deserve it. So why can't we come on the come up? You know what I mean? So for the one time, coming in all the way from the KU dungeon over in Annapolis Junction, Maryland. This is your boy, the Asian sensation, Kim Hoang, saying thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all. I got to go ahead and chase this money, which means I'm probably hungry, so I got to chase the food. So we're going to be seeing you on the next time. This is not the end. There's more content on the way. I do promise y'all. So, just keep it live, keep it 100, keep it safe, and in the words of Dave Chappelle, zip it up and zip it out. Guys, it's been real. I love y'all. Be good, all right? We'll see you on the next one. Deuces.